everybody. I'm Devon O'Day.
And I'm Sylvia Gaynor.
We're here at Green Door Gourmet in the Green Door Gourmet kitchen with our Bounty of Summer series. How about that?
Yum!
Look at the colors. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. So in today's show, we're going to go right to the tomato patch, aren't we?
Absolutely. We're going all about the maters.
All about the maters. Mater's my favorite character on what is that car animated show? I can't remember the name of it.
I think it's called Cars, isn't it?
Cars. It is. The animated car show. What's the... Cars. Mater. My favorite character.
That's right. That's right.
Let's talk first of all about this incredible bounty in front of us. These different kinds of tomatoes.
Well, these are only a couple of different kinds of tomatoes that we do here at Green Door Gourmet. We've got your regular red slicing tomato, and then we've got the Cherokee purple. It seems to be everybody's favorite heirloom. Wow. It's a Tennessee native heirloom, so I guess that's one reason that we really like it. And then we have these beautiful cherry tomatoes, all different kinds here, grape tomatoes. So tasty, little flavor bombs, as I call them.
They really are. And is there something called a pear tomato or?
There is, and
they're kind of like I've seen them. Okay,
like a little pear.
Yeah. Okay.
They kind of shaped like that.
There's just all kinds of different tomatoes, and they all taste different. That's the really interesting thing is they really have a different thing. The yellow tomatoes and orange tomatoes.
You know, the deeper the yellow tomato gets, it's going to be the more flavorful. Yellow tomatoes have more lycopene in them than red tomatoes.
Really?
So they're actually a better for you tomato, but they're sweeter. A lot of people like that really acidic punch of a tomato. You're going to get that with your deeper red and purple colors.
Okay, what about these funny looking ones?
So I intentionally brought out some of these crazy things because I wanted to explain to the viewers that a little blemish on a tomato does not make it bad. As I have said so often, not every vegetable can be a supermodel. So we have to remember that nature gives us things in different shapes and different sizes. And also things happen to plants when they are on the vine. This is called cat facing.
Oh.
And so it's not a bad thing. The tomato is still very viable and usable. It just makes some little indentions here. Sometimes you'll also see something that looks a little bit like this. This is beginning of cat facing, or you'll see where it looks like almost a zipper has happened in the tomato. And I don't have one of those to show exactly, but that just means that the tomato got a lot of water all at once. Okay. And it kind of made a little split in the skin because there was nowhere for the water to go. And then it heals back over. Those tomatoes are totally fine, absolutely fine to use for anything that you want. You just cut that little part off. And you said, oh my goodness, let's look at these beautiful tomatoes. Well, the other thing people forget about is tomatoes can look bad on one side.
Oh, I'm glad you're showing this. When is it good to...
It's still fine. This tomato is still good. It's not squishy. It just has a little something started here, you know, where it was maybe nesting on a piece of paper or something like that, you know. So what you're going to do is you're just going to cut that part off and you slice it. Who could tell that these tomatoes had a little blemish on the top of them?
Not at all. And I would so put that on some white bread with some Miracle Whip. I mean, the tomato sandwich sounds really good right about now.
Tomato soup, your canned tomatoes, anything. So don't throw away a tomato
just because there's a blemish or a little bad spot.
Don't do that. Save it and use it. Make a great salad with it.
I love it. And the thing about it, and what I've learned from you and what I've learned from Green Door Gourmet, is the term vine ripened. You ever buy those pretty tomatoes from a grocery store or a market somewhere and you go, but there's no flavor?
And they're usually hard as a rock.
Yes. And mealy, as my mom would call it. They're kind of mealy.
That happens because they get transferred in refrigerated trucks across the country. And anytime a tomato is refrigerated, it is going to change the texture of the tomato.
Oh, that's brilliant. I had no idea. So you keep them like out on a counter?
Yes. 55 degrees. That is the magic turning point for a tomato. After that, it's going to get that, as you say, mealy or mushy or textural deficiency.
And they have no flavor whatsoever. We don't want to ruin the tomatoes. If you get a good tomato, especially you come to Green Door Gourmet, you get a good tomato, don't go put it in the fridge.
No. And also for tomatoes, you want to make sure if you're going to go to a produce stand, please do not just walk up and grab the tomato and squeeze it hard.
Oh.
Please don't bruise the tomato. This is a lovely living thing. It likes a little hug. It doesn't want to come over and be mangled. Okay?
Don't mangle the tomato. No. Don't squeeze the Sherman. Remember that? Don't squeeze the tomato.
Don't squeeze the tomatoes. The same thing with the peaches. Don't do it. Just, you want to see that it's still, slightly firm, or if you want to eat it that day, even a little less firm.
Yeah.
The more give that the tomato has, the riper it is.
Okay.
So don't squeeze it hard, because the next thing you know, you might be wearing tomato sauce.
That's because it'll squirt. It becomes a projectile. Yeah.
Absolutely. So those are some good tomato tricks for everybody to know.
I love it. Well, stay tuned to the end of the show. We've got all sorts of information about classes and good stuff and the hours for Green Door Gourmet. GreenDoorGourmet.com. Check it out as we go to our next story.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
Do you just look at the spine when someone comes in?
No, not at all. So I know, for example, if someone has back pain and sciatic pain, or even just back pain alone, those nerves that come from the back, they will go all the way to the feet. So we don't just look at the person's back. We're going to look at that entire kinetic chain. We're going to look at their feet. We're going to look at the blood flow to their feet. We're going to look at what's happening with the nerves in their feet, because if back pain and pressure on those nerves happens long enough, it can create weakness in the leg that can become permanent. It can create neuropathies in the feet. And so we want to start handling these things ahead of time before that becomes a problem for someone. Because especially things like neuropathy can really rob a person of their independence. It can be hard for them to feel the gas pedal, so they don't want to drive, or they might not have terrific balance. They might notice that they're losing some balance over time. So these are all things that if you look at and find these things ahead of time, you can handle. Often if someone comes in and they say, I hurt here, if the doctor's only looking here, they could be missing a whole lot of other things that are being affected by the fact that this person's hurt here for the last 5 years. So what else is being affected?
Live at U.S. Community Credit Union, Jessica Ashby, Rocky Lee, our Parks Director, Justin Beasley, your city PIO. I told Jessica that I would give her the floor to introduce her famous and great branch manager that we have on hand this morning.
Yes, so this is Martha Underhill. She is our branch manager here at our Mount Juliet branch. So if you ever need anything from us, you can always find Martha, and she'll make sure that she takes care of you out here in Mount Juliet.
Tons of smiling faces and lovely faces here at U.S. Community Credit Union on North Mount Juliet Road. The purpose of this Facebook Live is to discuss the 4th of July at Circle P Ranch, presented by none other than U.S. Community Credit Union. the largest fireworks show in Wilson County, not just this year, but in history,
Yes,
presented
ever.
by Needham's Nursery and also the city of Mount Juliet. Great 4th of July plan. That's why we have Rackley Lee, our parks director, who brought all this together to give us the rundown about a month away from now.
Yeah, guys, hey, you know, in the last few years, we've been doing 2 shoots. You've been having to make a choice. Am I going to go to the city shoot? Am I going to go to the other shoot? Hey, what we've done, we brought everybody together this year.
Yep.
It's going to be the biggest. Only thing that's going to be bigger than this is next year, right?
Right.
Just Community Credit Union. But guys, look, we're throwing $70-something thousand worth of fireworks at you. It's going to be a phenomenal show. It's going to be at Circle P Ranch, right off of West Division. And look, if you can't get there, if something happens, because it's going to be crowded that day, and it's going to start, I don't know, around 2:30 or 4 or something like that, Justin.
4 to 9.
4 to 9. We're going 4 to 9.
4 to 9. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
But there would, I'm just going to tell you a little secret. There will be a little stuff going on around 2. But 4 to 9 is when you really want to get there.
The
But it's
food,
off West
food won't be
Division.
there till 4.
The food, that's what,
Don't starve.
and that's what Justin moves on anything, when the food gets there.
He ain't lying.
But hey guys, it's going to be a great time. U.S. Community Credit Union is going to be our title sponsor,
Yeah.
along with Needham's Nursery, the city of Mount Juliet, and Circle P Ranch. There's going to be a big stage set up there. We're going to have several acts. I think 6 or 7 bands are going to be performing. A lot of the local bands.
Bach to
will be
Rock,
there.
huge. help
Chris
with
with
this.
Bach to Rock is phenomenal when setting this up. I think they went in and bought like a $30,000 stage. It's going to be
stage
set
is
up.
gonna be phenomenal.
It is going to be phenomenal, guys. There's a lot of stuff going to be going on. There's going to be some inflatables there. We're going to have a little area for food trucks and stuff. But it's going to be great. The fireworks will go off. If something happens, you got to worry. You can't make it 9 p.m. sharp. Tom Needham will pull the trigger. I don't care what's going on. If we could be having a tornado, he will shoot at 9 o'clock.
We will be promoting our fabulous title sponsors a little bit more as we get closer to July 4th. This is just a very quick, brief teaser to let you know, save the date July 4th. If you go out on the lake that day, go to the pool, and you're late, you can find a way to find these fireworks within the city and still really make it around 5 or 6 o'clock if you want to park on site as well. So
Hi, I'm Brenda Fielder. At Mid-South Exteriors, our custom sunrooms bring the sunshine in without all the heat and the bugs. And they keep you warm all winter while you enjoy the outdoors all year round. They add real value because we build them like your house to match your house. Or let us save you energy by replacing your windows and old siding. And because we have no retail overhead, we come to you and sell direct to you for less. Call us at 833-8003 or visit us at
MidSouthExteriors.com. The city of Murfreesboro's urban forestry crew had to take a fully mature tree down from the city's right-of-way because it was dying. The city arborist explains what the tree was suffering from and what you need to look out for.
Today I'm going to talk a little bit about a common fungus that we see around Middle Tennessee. It's really nationwide. It's called Cretumaria diesta. The common name is brittle cinder. So this is a pretty aggressive fungus, meaning it spreads fairly rapidly throughout the tree once it's infected.
Trees are infected because of open wounds that a lot of times occur from weed eaters eating into the trunk. Fungus spores are carried by the wind into these wounds. If you have open wounds near the ground, mulch is recommended because there is no cure for this fungus.
I would consider it a dangerous fungus due to the type of decay that it causes on the tree. So this fungus attacks the cellulose and the lignin in the cell walls of the plant cells, which results in the wood tissue becoming very brittle and prone to failure. Another reason why it's fairly dangerous is the tree won't show any signs of stress. So from the outside looking in, you think, oh, this tree is perfectly healthy, the canopy is nice and full, but really it's the base of it's really compromised. So we see this a lot in trees like storm damage jobs that have uprooted across the road. I like to always look at those and see, hey, why this happened, or could this be prevented? And a lot of times you will see signs of this, but you have to be looking for them or aware. So at a young age, this fungus is gray with whiter edges. It kind of looks like a cushion or a pillow growing on the side of the tree. And then as it matures, it becomes black and reminds me of like burnt wood, or some people call it like charcoal. So this is a prime example. So this is an elm tree that we are working on today. From the outside it looks really healthy, but here you can see we have, this is the mature stage of this fungus, is all of this brittle cinder. And so these roots, this fungus probably extends down into these roots past this root flare. And we're concerned with this tree because it encompasses, I would say, at least 50% of this base. And so this was one that we got to rather quickly once we were aware of this issue due to the location of this tree and potential targets. So if you have something like this in your yard that you see, make sure you're calling a local arborist or something to come out and maybe do a tree inspection for you and try to get it resolved before it turns into something a little worse.
Carson recommends if your tree is infected to keep an eye on it. If it's a small area, it might be okay for a while, but when it's spread across most of the base, he recommends it be taken down.
Once it encompasses 40-50% of that base, or maybe even a little less, depending on potential targets, you probably need to start thinking about having it removed before it does fail and land on something that is important to you. We're going to remove this tree. We're going to get it to a safe level today, and then we'll come back, we'll grind the stump and carry away all the debris, because even after you grind it, that fungus can still be spreading. So if you don't want to use this as mulch after you have it ground, you don't want to mulch around other trees because it will spread that way too.
I think knows what colors they are. So you have a team. Each table has team members. You get yourself a bandana, and you're all going to work together. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to each create a salad on a platter because we want to see the beauty. You're going to think about the design for a restaurant concept of your choosing. You figure it out. Are you going to be creating a salad for a steakhouse concept? Are you going to be creating a salad for, 12-year-old boys? I mean, are you going to, is this a French bistro? Is this an Italian place? Is this the Asian fusion? You guys figure that out. Whatever you like, just nail that down, and then.
We were cooking a Italian food. I might have a little more input.
Mid-South Exterior.
Hi, I'm Brenda Fielder. When it comes to sunrooms and screen porches, we have more than 60 years experience helping Middle Tennesseans add value to their homes. At Mid-South Exteriors, we install all types of siding, from hardy board to all the new vinyl designs. We also do custom trim, gutters and downspouts. We even do roofing. And of course, energy-efficient replacement windows. Our website is our showroom, so we come to you and sell direct to you for less.
MidSouthExteriors.com.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
I love coming here, man. This is NASCAR country, you know what I mean? This is where everything happens right here. It's a good atmosphere, good people. It's just a great place to come race.
That was insane.
Honestly, excited but incredibly nervous.
Check the tires, we're good.
Let's go!
I think so.
That was the coolest thing ever.
That was great. A lot of fun.
Woo! Feel alive, baby. Let's go.
Well, I think Mavis might have missed me. She just saw she just saw Fiona and Jesse, the roosters. They're in the backyard now. She's like, Mama, get them away from me. Get them away from me. Take care of me, Mama. Take care of me, Mama. I have a complete and total love connection with this chicken. I love her. I love her.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Nestled in Nashville along the Cumberland River, Green Door Gourmet is a 350-acre organic farm, agritourism operation, and on-farm store. Green Door Gourmet grows a wide variety of fruits, flowers, vegetables, and herbs using holistic organic methods, providing our customers, including local restaurants and florists, with the absolute best direct from the field produce. Enjoy seasonal cut farm flower bouquets all summer long with our Green Door Gourmet Flower CSA. Farm field trips are offered March through October, as well as seasonal cooking classes and on-farm events such as our annual Fall Fest. Our on-farm store features Green Door Gourmet produce as well as products from our farm partners, the area's best local producers, including grass-fed meats, honey, jam, dairy, baked goods, and much more. Our local farm box program allows customers to take home a box with a variety of produce options based on what is growing at Green Door Gourmet. Join us in the spring for the You Pick Strawberry season. Our Countrypolitan White Oak Community Center is the perfect setting for weddings, meetings, farm-to-table and corporate events, and social occasions. Come visit Green Door Gourmet, just minutes from downtown Nashville.
All right, we've had tater talk in previous episodes, and today we had mater talk.
Amen, sister.
How long is the tomato season at Green Door Gourmet?
Tomato season starts around the 1st of June. This year we're a little early, which is very nice. And then we go all the way until frost and freeze. Tomatoes change a little bit between frost and freeze time, but we still have them late in the season.
One of the things that I always have screwed up in the past is I didn't put my tomatoes in enough sun. You got to have sun for tomatoes, don't you?
They love sunshine. They love controlled water. Not too much, not too little. They're kind of like just slow and steady. Keep it all the same.
Drippers, that helps.
Yes.
You know, if you have those you see those dripper hoses that you can actually put down the aisles of your garden. That's an easier way for a tomato, because you ever see those tomatoes with the yellow leaves? Y'all watering them too much.
Absolutely.
Or as my grandma used to call it, you just scald them. You just scalding your tomatoes.
And you always want to try to water below the leaves anyway in the summertime.
See, really good tips. That's what you always get here at Devon's Table, all from Sylvia here at Green Door Gourmet. Now, let's talk about the hours. When are you open? What days are you closed? That's the big deal.
Well, we are open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So all your fun weekend stuff, you can do it here at Green Door Gourmet. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're out farming, so we're not open to the public.
So that's what we want to make sure that you know, that when you come to Green Door Gourmet, it is a weekend excursion adventure. Bring the kids too. Let them see what goes on here. I mean, it really is fun for them to see, right?
The best thing about summer is when the kids run into the market and they go right for the cherry tomatoes and they say, "Mom, tomato candy." I love it.
I do too.
They are so great when they come in and just grab them and start popping them in their mouth because they know that it's tomato candy.
And they can, because they're from Green Door Gourmet, where things are not pesticide laden and all that other good stuff.
Absolutely.
All good and clean stuff. Y'all, thanks for joining us. And thanks to my friend Nancy Hennessy, our viewer. She and her friend John went with me to Ireland, and her friend John, her husband of 50 years, John, she made me this. She said, "I know that you like that." And I found farm material, and so she sent this to me, and I thought, I'm going to wear this on every show. Thank you, Nancy Hennessy. And if you are looking for a blessing, we always remind you, you got to first
be one.
When you feel lost